Have you ever stopped to think about what makes some people live longer, with health and a smile on their faces, while others seem to waste away early, even surrounded by the best resources? What if I told you that the secret is not expensive medicines or impossible diets, but simple habits that anyone can adopt? Throughout this video, you will discover 13 habits inspired by the Blue Zones, places where longevity is the norm, and learn how to apply them to your routine today. The last habit will surprise you so much that you'll want to start practicing it as soon as you finish watching. And don't worry, we're not talking about spending hours at the gym or living on broccoli. The secret is in small changes that make all the difference. Before continuing, leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any content that can transform your health and your life. And activate the bell to follow our next ones. Ready to discover how to live longer and better? So, stay until the end, because your future depends on the choices you make now. Longevity is not an accident. Living longer and better involves a set of daily choices and habits that directly influence our health and well-being. Places like Okinawa, Japan, and Ikaria, Greece, are living examples of how a lifestyle focused on balance can be the key to a long life. The question is not whether we will reach 100 years old, but how we can do so healthily and happily. In addition to genetic factors, the environment and daily behavior play essential roles in defining our life expectancy. Small gestures, like staying active or finding purpose in everyday activities, have a profound impact. Science confirms that lifestyle can represent up to 75% of the factors that determine longevity. So the question is, what habits are we cultivating? This video is an invitation for you to re-evaluate your routine and make conscious choices. Along the journey, we'll look at what we can learn from the Blue Zones and how small daily changes can ensure a long, meaningful life. Forget about miracle solutions or routines that are impossible to maintain. The basis for a long life is simple and consistent habits. Cultivating health is like planting a tree. Small, seemingly insignificant daily actions accumulate and blossom over the years. And the best thing is that you don't need to radically transform your life to get started. In Blue Zones, people are not obsessed with diets or gyms, but with natural and pleasurable routines. Constant movement, balanced nutrition, and strong social connections are fundamental pillars to ensure long-term health and well-being. More than rules, these habits are part of a philosophy of life. Therefore, the secret is not in exaggerated effort, but in constancy. Making small changes that fit into your daily routine can be the first step to ensuring decades more vitality. What you do today determines what your tomorrow will be like. Blue Zones are specific regions of the world where life expectancy exceeds the global average. Among them are Okinawa, Japan, Ikaria, Greece, Sardinia, Italy, Loma Linda, USA, and Nicoya, Costa Rica. In these areas, people not only live longer, they live better, with a much lower incidence of chronic diseases such as diabetes and heart disease. These communities share natural habits that promote longevity, from a diet rich in vegetables to cultural practices that value social connections. Another curious point is that many of these people do not even know that they follow an ideal model. They just live according to traditions and customs that have been maintained over generations. Understanding how these cultures shaped healthy habits can inspire us to replicate some of them. You don't have to move to a remote island to adopt these practices. Just start where you are. Okinawa is known worldwide for being home to one of the largest concentrations of centenarians. Light food, strong family connections, and constant movement are some of the secrets that make this island an example of health and longevity. In Okinawa, The concept of ikigai, or the reason for living, is essential. Each person finds meaning in their routine, whether taking care of the garden, family, or pursuing a hobby. Another fascinating aspect is the local diet, rich in vegetables, tofu, and green tea, but low in meat and sugar. This diet is complemented by the habit of hara hachi bu, which means eating until you are 80% satisfied. Instead of seeking excesses, Okinawans learn to respect their body's signals. The combination of life purpose and balanced nutrition guarantees not just more years, but quality years. What we can learn from this culture is that living with purpose and balance is the key to a full and meaningful existence. In the blue zones, you won't find crowded gyms or marathon runners training. The secret to staying in shape is natural and constant movement. In Okinawa, for example, people grow their own food and walk to shop. There is no need for exhaustive routines. The body stays healthy when used in a functional and regular way. This type of movement is more effective because it integrates into your routine effortlessly. Small changes like taking the stairs instead of the elevator or walking the dog make a significant difference over time. Constancy is more important than intensity. Furthermore, natural movement is not limited to the physical. It also improves mental health, reducing stress levels and increasing a sense of well-being. Staying active is such a powerful habit that it can replace expensive medications and complex therapies. The good news is that you don't need a revolution in your routine to start moving more. Small adjustments to your day can create a natural movement routine. Park your car further away, get up every hour to go for a walk, and use household chores as an opportunity to stretch your body. The secret is to transform physical activity into something enjoyable. Dance while you do chores. Play with your kids or go for a walk outside. This way, movement stops being an obligation and becomes a natural part of your lifestyle. Over time, these small actions add up and create a positive effect on your physical and mental health. The important thing is not the intensity of the effort, but the regularity with which you stay active. Moving regularly during the day doesn't just affect your body, it directly impacts the mind and emotions. Studies show that small doses of physical activity throughout the day are more effective in increasing life expectancy than intense periods of sporadic exercise. This is because the human body was designed to move frequently, and not for long hours of sedentary lifestyle interspersed with intense exertion. In the blue zones, movement is part of the routine without conscious effort. When you incorporate physical activity into your everyday life, such as cycling to the store or gardening, you reduce your risk of heart disease and strengthen your immunity. Science also proves that moving reduces the risk of premature death in addition to improving mental health. So staying active isn't about lifting weights or running marathons. It's about avoiding stagnation. Every step counts. Every walk in the park makes a difference. The secret is to keep the body in continuous and pleasurable movement. After all, movement is a powerful tool for maintaining physical and emotional health over the years. Several studies confirm that regular movement significantly reduces the risk of diseases such as hypertension, diabetes, and obesity. Furthermore, moderate physical activity is one of the main factors that prolong life and improve the quality of the years lived. In the blue zones, movement is not a burden, but an organic part of the routine, integrating harmoniously into daily tasks. The scientific explanation behind this phenomenon is linked to cellular functioning. Regular exercise increases the production of natural antioxidants and reduces chronic inflammation, both essential factors in combating premature aging. When we stay active, we promote blood circulation, which optimizes the delivery of nutrients to cells and improves the body's performance as a whole. In addition to the physical benefits, regular movement is a powerful tool for psychological well-being. It stimulates the production of endorphins and serotonin, neurotransmitters responsible for the feeling of happiness. Those who stay active deal better with stress, sleep better, and are more energetic throughout the day. The Japanese concept of ikigai can be translated as the reason for living, or the reason why we get up every day. This philosophy is one of the pillars of longevity in the Blue Zones. In Okinawa, for example, people find meaning in small daily tasks, whether through work, family ties, or a pleasurable hobby. The important thing is to have something that motivates and brings daily satisfaction. Having a clear purpose is associated with mental and physical health benefits. Studies show that individuals with a strong sense of purpose have a lower risk of developing depression and cardiovascular disease. Furthermore, these people tend to age healthier and happier, as internal motivation strengthens the immune system and improves sleep quality. It is not necessary for ikigai to be related to work or great achievements. It can be found in simple gestures, such as taking care of a garden, helping a neighbor, or spending time with grandchildren. The essential thing is for each person to discover what makes them feel alive and connected to themselves. The purpose of life can change over the years, and this is absolutely normal. At different points in the journey, our priorities and interests evolve, and with them, our ikigai. Finding meaning in life does not mean defining a fixed and immutable mission, but adapting to the natural changes of time. When we are young, our purpose may be related to professional growth or building a family. In maturity, he may turn to more contemplative activities, such as volunteering or cultivating meaningful relationships. The ability to accept these changes and embrace new possibilities is what guarantees a full and rewarding existence. In Blue Zones, people do not stick to a single purpose for life. They understand that each phase brings new challenges and opportunities, and they know how to take advantage of each one. Having the flexibility to redefine one's purpose is one of the biggest lessons we can learn from these cultures. Having a clear purpose in life is directly associated with mental health. People who know why they get up every morning have lower levels of stress and anxiety. This happens because a solid purpose offers direction and stability, helping to face everyday challenges with more serenity. Furthermore, life purpose strengthens the sense of belonging and social connection, two essential factors for emotional well-being. In Blue Zones, community plays a central role in people's lives, offering support and strengthening bonds that bring meaning. This balance between purpose and social coexistence contributes to a healthy mind and a long life. Studies also show that purpose is associated with reduced risk of neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's. Keeping your mind active and engaged in meaningful activities is a way to preserve cognition and guarantee years of quality. Stress, when well managed, can be a powerful tool for personal growth. It only becomes harmful when it accumulates without relief, as happens in chronic stress. In Blue Zones, people develop healthy ways of dealing with tension, preventing it from becoming an obstacle to longevity. Practices such as Tai Chi, meditation, and mindful breathing are common in these regions, helping to reduce the impact of stress on the body and mind. Furthermore, people cultivate the habit of gratitude and value the small joys of everyday life, which contributes to a more positive outlook on life. In the Blue Zones, people master the art of managing stress through simple but extremely effective practices. Tai Chi, for example, is an ancient technique that combines gentle movements and deep breathing, helping the mind to calm down and the body to relax. In Okinawa, this practice is common among elderly people who gather in parks, moving in perfect harmony. Another powerful custom to reduce stress is the traditional siesta, common on the island of Ikaria, Greece. Taking a short nap after lunch helps renew energy and contributes to balanced mental health. Studies indicate that taking regular naps reduces the risk of heart disease and improves mood. The secret to these practices is not just physical relaxation, but creating spaces to disconnect and recharge. These breaks during the day are essential to maintain balance and vitality for longer. In addition to Tai Chi and siestas, there are other effective ways to cultivate mental tranquility. One of them is conscious breathing, a technique that can be practiced anywhere and which consists of focusing on your own breathing to calm your thoughts. Another strategy is to spend more time in nature, a common practice in the blue zones and proven to be beneficial for mental health. Gratitude is also a powerful tool. Taking a few minutes at the end of the day to reflect on 3 things you're grateful for can improve your mood and reduce anxiety. Practicing gratitude works as a mental exercise that conditions the brain to focus on the positive things in life. These practices don't require a lot of time or effort, but they offer significant benefits. The simple act of including moments of pause in your routine can transform the way you deal with stress and improve your quality of life. In the blue zones, there is an eating philosophy called Hara Hachi Bu, which teaches people to eat until they are about 80% full. This practice helps to avoid overeating and maintain a healthy weight, as well as providing more efficient digestion. By eating slowly and mindfully, it is easier to recognize when the body has had enough. The 80% rule is also linked to the concept of moderation. Instead of eating until you feel uncomfortable, the goal is to find a balance that guarantees nutrition without exaggeration. Eating less is a way to preserve energy and avoid wear and tear on the digestive system. Adopting this practice may seem simple, but it requires full attention during meals. The act of chewing slowly and avoiding distractions are important steps to successfully practicing Hara Hachi Bu. Scientific studies show that moderate calorie restriction can significantly increase longevity. When we eat fewer calories, the body enters a state of greater metabolic efficiency, optimizing the use of nutrients and reducing the production of free radicals. This process slows down cellular aging and reduces the risk of chronic diseases. Additionally, eating less activates cellular repair mechanisms such as autophagy, which is the process by which the body eliminates damaged cells and promotes regeneration. This practice is one of the secrets to longevity in the blue zones, where people naturally consume smaller, more balanced portions. Calorie restriction does not mean starving yourself, but rather eating consciously and healthily. The objective is to find a balance point that guarantees enough energy for the body to function well without overloading it. Eating less doesn't have to be an experience of deprivation. There are simple strategies that help reduce caloric intake without giving up the pleasure of eating. Using smaller plates is an effective technique, as it tricks your brain into making it feel like you're eating more. Another strategy is to start your meal with a glass of water, which helps reduce your appetite. Chewing slowly is another powerful trick, as it gives your brain time to process the feeling of satiety. Furthermore, avoiding distractions such as TV or cell phones during meals allows greater attention to the act of eating, which contributes to satisfaction with smaller portions. Adopting these small changes can make a big difference in your diet. They not only help control weight, but also promote a healthier relationship with food. Sleeping well is one of the most important factors for longevity. Sleep is essential for the recovery of the body and mind, and its lack is associated with a series of health problems, such as hypertension, diabetes, and obesity. During deep sleep, the body performs cellular repairs and strengthens the immune system. People from the blue zones understand the importance of rest and cultivate habits that promote a good night's sleep. They avoid artificial lights at night, maintain regular bedtimes, and value the simplicity of the nighttime environment. These practices ensure that the body and mind are always renewed to face the next day. Sleeping well is not a luxury. but a biological necessity. Therefore, investing in a healthy sleep routine is one of the best ways to ensure a long and productive life. Establishing a sleep routine is essential to ensure quality rest. The first step is to maintain a regular bedtime and wake-up time, including on weekends. The body works best when it follows a consistent rhythm, and this makes it easier to enter the deeper stages of sleep. Another important aspect is creating a relaxing ritual before bed. It could be reading a book, meditating, or drinking calming tea. These activities help prepare the brain for rest. Keeping the room dark and quiet is also essential to avoid interruptions at night. With a little discipline, it is possible to transform sleep into a powerful ally for health and longevity. A good night's rest not only improves your mood, but also strengthens your immune system and contributes to emotional balance. The environment in which we sleep has a direct impact on the quality of our sleep. Dark, cool, and quiet rooms encourage deep, restful rest. Additionally, keeping your room free of electronic devices helps avoid distractions and facilitates mental relaxation. Another important point is the choice of mattress and pillow, which must be comfortable and suited to individual needs. Small details such as using blackout curtains and reducing external noise can completely transform the quality of sleep. A suitable sleeping environment is more than a luxury, it is a necessity. When we take care of the space where we rest, we ensure that the body has the ideal conditions to recover and function fully the next day. In Blue Zones, the diet is mainly centered on foods of plant origin, such as fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains. Meat is consumed sporadically, often only on special occasions and in small quantities. This diet, high in fiber and low in saturated fats, is associated with a lower incidence of heart disease, obesity, and diabetes. In addition to the physical benefits, this type of eating also promotes mental well-being. Studies indicate that consuming fresh, whole vegetables improves mood and reduces anxiety levels. Eating in a balanced way ensures efficient digestion and increases the feeling of energy during the day. Incorporating more vegetables into your diet doesn't have to be complicated. Adding a colorful salad to lunch or replacing a processed snack with fresh fruit are simple changes that can bring big results in the long term. Although meat is part of the diet in many cultures, consuming excessive animal proteins is associated with a series of health risks. Research shows that diets high in red meat increase the risk of cardiovascular disease and certain types of cancer. In Blue Zones, meat is consumed in moderation, which contributes to a longer and healthier life. Reducing meat consumption also relieves the digestive system and favors the absorption of essential nutrients present in plant foods. By prioritizing legumes, such as beans and lentils, you can obtain high-quality proteins without overloading your body with saturated fats. In addition to the health benefits, reducing meat consumption contributes to the sustainability of the planet, reducing the environmental impact of livestock production. Therefore, eating less meat is a habit that benefits both the body and the environment. Making a plant-based diet. A habit can be simpler than it seems. Start small, adding an extra serving of vegetables to the main dish. Try replacing traditional ingredients with plant-based versions, such as swapping regular pasta for whole grains or adding spinach to your morning omelette. Another helpful tip is to plan meals in advance. Having vegetables cut and ready in the fridge makes healthy choices throughout the day easier. Furthermore, opting for colorful dishes combining different types of vegetables guarantees a nutritious and tasty meal. Over time, you'll find that incorporating more vegetables will become a natural habit. And just like in the Blue Zones, these small adjustments to your diet can result in years of extra health and well-being. In Mediterranean regions, moderate wine consumption is part of a social ritual that strengthens friendship and family bonds. Drinking a glass of wine during meals in the company of loved ones is a common practice that brings not only pleasure, but also health benefits. Red wine in particular is rich in resveratrol, an antioxidant that protects the heart and reduces inflammation. However, the secret is in moderation. Consuming 1 or 2 glasses a day is enough to enjoy the benefits without causing harm. In addition to the wine, the social aspect of these occasions is essential. Studies show that strong social connections increase life expectancy and improve mental health. Sharing meals with friends and family creates moments of joy that are essential for well-being. Wine in the Blue Zones is enjoyed not just for its flavor, but for the opportunity to strengthen relationships. These cultures value time spent with friends and family, and these moments of togetherness are seen as an essential part of a fulfilling life. Moderation is the key to enjoying the benefits of wine without the risks. Accompanied by balanced meals, wine complements food and makes occasions more pleasurable. However, the main focus is on human connections, not the drink itself. Therefore, the real secret is not just what you drink, but who you share these moments with. Cultivating good friendships is as important as taking care of your physical health, and both are fundamental to a long and happy life. Studies show that people with strong social relationships have a lower risk of developing chronic diseases and live longer. Effective bonds create an emotional support network that helps you face life's challenges with more resilience. Loneliness, on the other hand, is associated with high levels of stress and can negatively impact physical and mental health. In Blue Zones, people cultivate lifelong friendships, actively participating in the community, spending time with friends and family, and supporting each other is part of everyday life. This social proximity contributes to a sense of belonging and security. Strengthening social ties is one of the most effective ways to reduce stress and increase happiness. So invest time in meaningful relationships. They are as important as diet and exercise to ensure a long and healthy life. Practicing generosity regularly is one of the most transformative habits for emotional health. Studies indicate that generous people have lower levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, and a greater feeling of happiness. In Blue Zones, mutual aid and community support are common practices. Generosity does not have to be related to financial donations. Simple gestures, like listening to a friend or helping a neighbor, make a big difference. These small acts strengthen social bonds and create a support network that benefits everyone. Additionally, being generous improves mood and promotes a sense of personal accomplishment. When we help others, we also help ourselves, as we create meaningful connections and increase our satisfaction with life. The beauty of generosity is in its simplicity. Small acts of kindness have the power to transform someone's day and, at the same time, enrich our own lives. A smile, a word of encouragement, or a gesture of empathy are enough to create deep and meaningful connections. When we adopt generosity as part of our routine, we begin to see the world with more positivity. This not only improves our well-being, but also inspires others to do the same. These small actions create a virtuous cycle of kindness where everyone benefits. Generosity is not just an ethical choice, but a practice that promotes happiness and health for those who give and those who receive. Reading is one of the most powerful habits to keep your mind active and healthy over the years. Studies show that people who read regularly develop better cognitive capacity and have a lower risk of neurodegenerative diseases, such as Alzheimer's. In the Blue Zones, reading is more than a pastime. It is a practice that keeps the mind young, stimulates creativity, and expands knowledge. Reading regularly also strengthens memory and concentration, essential skills for a long and productive life. Reading engages different areas of the brain, promoting neural connections that improve reasoning and problem-solving abilities. Additionally, it offers a form of healthy escapism, helping to relieve stress and promote mental relaxation. Incorporating reading into your daily routine may seem challenging, but all it takes is 15 minutes a day to feel the benefits. Reading before bed, during the commute to work, or while waiting for something are perfect times to feed the mind. Reading is not just a form of entertainment, but a tool for cultivating a strong and resilient mind throughout life. Reading not only keeps the mind active, but also provides deep emotional benefits. When we read, we have the opportunity to experience different perspectives and experience other realities, which increases our empathy and understanding of the world around us. In Blue Zones, this practice is reflected in better mental health, as people who read are less likely to suffer from depression and anxiety. Furthermore, reading improves sleep quality and reduces stress levels, providing a feeling of calm and well-being. Books, magazines, and newspapers can serve as anchors that keep us connected to reality in a positive way, driving away negative thoughts and creating a routine of continuous learning. Therefore, cultivating the habit of reading is how to ensure that the mind remains healthy and young, even as the years go by. Dedicating just 15 minutes a day to reading can have a profound impact on a person's life. Frequent reading expands vocabulary, improves communication skills, and strengthens critical thinking. Furthermore, it teaches us patience and concentration, skills that are increasingly rare in a world dominated by digital distractions. Reading regularly also makes us more informed and prepared to deal with daily challenges. Fiction books stimulate creativity and increase our empathy, while informative texts expand our knowledge and make us more aware of the world. These daily minutes accumulate over time, creating a powerful habit that can transform the way we think and act. Living within your comfort zone may be tempting, but it is outside of it that personal growth happens. Facing new challenges makes us stronger and prepares us to deal with unexpected situations throughout our lives. In Blue Zones, people cultivate the courage to experience the unknown, whether it's learning a new skill or meeting different people. Every small decision to get out of our routine offers us an opportunity to learn and grow. The fear of failure can paralyze us, but when we face it, we discover that we are capable of much more than we imagined. Just like physical exercise, the more we train our mind to deal with new things, the more confident we become. Overcoming small daily challenges is an effective way to increase self-confidence and strengthen mental resilience. These challenges don't have to be grand. These can include simple things like talking to a stranger, trying a new food, or learning a skill you've always wanted to do. With each obstacle overcome, the mind becomes stronger and the feeling of accomplishment increases. Trust is not something that arises spontaneously. It is built little by little, through experiences that show us what we are capable of. People who face challenges regularly develop greater stress tolerance and become more flexible in the face of life's adversities. This kind of mental preparation is essential for a long and healthy life. Overcoming challenges not only increases our confidence, but also opens doors to new opportunities. When we allow ourselves to get out of the comfort zone, we discovered hidden talents and found paths that once seemed impossible. In Blue Areas, this exploiting spirit is evident in the way people are always willing to learn something new, regardless of age. Personal overcoming is a continuous journey. No matter how small is victory, each step taken toward growth creates a cumulative effect. Over time, these small achievements become significant achievements, shaping a fuller and more satisfactory life. We live in an era where technology is always present, but learning to disconnect is essential to preserving mental health. In Blue Zones, people value offline moments, preferring to spend time outdoors and cultivating face face-to-face relationships. Disconnecting from the screen is a way to relieve stress and improve concentration. Studies show that excessive use of electronic devices can impair sleep and increase anxiety levels. The lack of digital breaks also overloads the brain, reducing focus and productivity capacity. Booking moments without technology during the day is like giving a necessary rest to the mind. Spending less time on social networks and more time in significant activities increases the feeling of well-being. When we disconnect, we have a chance to connect with what really matters, the people around us and our own emotions. Reducing screen time also improves sleep quality, which has a direct impact on health and mood. In blue zones, life revolves around real and non-virtual experiences. Moments shared with friends and family are more valued than likes or followers. Reducing screen time is a simple but powerful step for a fuller and more happy life. Laughter is one of the most powerful tools for improving health and prolonging life. Studies show that people who laugh often have lower cortisol levels and stronger immunity. Laughter also releases endorphins, hormones of happiness, which promote a sense of immediate well-being. In blue zones, good mood is a constant. The ability to laugh, even in the face of difficulties, is one of the reasons why these people live more and better. Joy strengthens not only the body, but also the mind, helping to face the challenges of life lightly. Including moments of laughter in the routine is easier than it sounds. Watching a comedy, spending time with funny friends, or simply not leading your life so seriously are ways to bring more joy to everyday life. Laughter is contagious and has the power to transform environments and improve relationships. Humor is also a way of relieving stress and promoting a more optimistic view of life. When we cultivate moments of fun, we create a positive atmosphere that impacts our health and well-being significantly. In blue areas, longevity is not the result of a single habit, but the combination of several. Proper sleep, balanced diet, constant movement and social connections complement each other, creating a lifestyle that favors health and happiness. These habits, when combined, create a virtuous cycle of well-being. Living well is like dancing. It requires balance, rhythm, and willingness to adapt to the steps of life. In blue zones, people understand that each phase brings their own challenges and opportunities and know how to enjoy the best of each moment. Longevity is the result of this constant dance between discipline and pleasure, work and rest.